Good afternoon and welcome back to 4K for You. We're back. We're live at 5. How y'all doing? I still have from Valiant.
I know. Well, it's 5 Mountain Time, so
it's 5 in the mountains. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado.
John Denver's full of.
I thought the Rocky Mountains would be rockier than this, man. Oh, welcome to the program. It's time once again for 4K for You. We have with us today Mike. How you doing, Mike?
Howdy, howdy, howdy. I'm doing great.
Glad to have you back. We also have Greg with us. How you doing, Greg?
Doing good. Glad to be here with you and this wonderful chat and audience.
And we also have this little YouTuber. You probably haven't heard of him. He's an up-and-comer. He's got just a few subs. So if you guys haven't checked out Valiant Renegade, is that how you say it?
I already said hello. Lost its magic. It's done.
It's just getting started. But welcome to the program, everybody. We're glad to have you here. Yes, indeed. I don't think I'm coming through the right thing. Here we go. Now I think I'm coming through the right thing. Now can you hear the laughter? I couldn't hear it before. That's what was wrong. But welcome, everybody. I see we got some regulars here. We got David Glenn, Pete Dencat, Sean MNT, coffee lovers here. What's your first thoughts here? Coach O'Dragon, RJ Godzilla. Welcome to the program. Nick S, BLT. Hi, Guy Reviewing. That's a new one. Hail and welcome to the program. Carl's Art Universe. We got Steven, aka Deleted Scenes in the chat there. With a wrench, so behave. We got Pinochet's in the house. How you doing, Pinochet? We got FKH2C 2005. Got Jared Markham. Many Dragon is here. Welcome, everybody. Hit that like button. Share out the link. Let everybody know we're live. We got Casperius, Jen, Leslie Tarkin. Oh, the lovely Sherry is here as well. Also modding along with D-Bud. Steven. Thank you so very much for that. We appreciate it. So yeah, it's a new week. We've actually got some news to discuss this time, some interesting bits and pieces. We're going to go through here, try to get it in. This will be one of those times we'll actually be rushing to try and get through some things. So let's not waste any time. For those who may have missed the preview before the show, here's a look at the upcoming news and rumors. In fact, I got some news and rumors since this video, so there's actually a couple additions afterwards. So let's not waste any time and get started. Hello there, and welcome to 4K for You News and Rumors for the week of August 2nd. 2023. In the news, it looks like the movie Air, the Amazon original film, will be coming to Blu-ray and Blu-ray only at this time on the 12th of September from MGM and Warner Brothers. We finally got a date for the Hellraiser 4K release. It looks like we're getting 1 through 4 from Arrow on October 23rd. The 4th film will also include a work print version of the movie, the famous one. The Others is coming to the UK from Studio Canal. We're getting it here from Criterion Collection, if I remember right, in the US, but you can expect that on the 2nd of October in the UK. Cujo will also be coming on the 24th of September, as we've reported in the past, but now we have a look at all the goodies we can expect to see there on that release. Paramount is going to be releasing Halloween H2O on its own in a steelbook September 26th. There's a look at that. Speaking of Halloween, the Shout Factory has a ton of great releases just in time for the holiday. Night of the Demons 1 through 3 is coming to disc. The first film will be in 4K. 2 and 3 will be on standard Blu-ray. You can expect that on October 3rd. As you can see, there's a big Ultimate Collector's Edition set. There's a few different ones you can choose from. Pumpkinhead will also be getting a 4K release on October 10th. There's a look at that one from Screen Factory. Also on the 10th, you can expect Wallace and Gromit, the complete cracking collection that contains the shorts from 1989 through 2008. And The Blob will be coming out the week after that on October 17th. There's a look at the 4K release from Screen Factory. Also on the 24th from Shout Factory, you can expect the Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 3, as you see here. Alfred Hitchcock will be getting another release here, the Volume 3 set, which will include Rope, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Torn Curtain, Topaz, and Frenzy is coming out on the 31st of October, so on Halloween. Here's a look at some rumors. The rumored date for the Barbie movie is October 3rd. Here's a look at the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the standard edition as of now. These, of course, could change in the future. Violent Night is also rumored to be coming soon in 4K from Universal. And as you'll see on the show, we're going to talk about Mario Brothers coming to 4K. Stay tuned for the show to talk more about that. Thanks again. Hit the like and share, guys. I didn't have to unmute. All right, so there we go. We've got some exciting news and rumors. In fact, as I said, there's some things I got to add to that. Let's see here. I had it up and then I lost it. That's how smart I am. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Not that one. This one. Okay, so also we got news that where'd it go here? My buddy Bill Hunt had it on the digital bits, and now I can't find it. Here it is. Okay. Time band. Okay, where were they? The Boogeyman is coming out on the 10th of October. That was one of them. Violent Night. We don't have a date for. Kiss the Girls. That was the other one.
Yes.
Kiss the Girls is September 12th. And then we also finally are getting RoboDoc. And it will have a Blu-ray release on the 17th of October. That's what I've been looking forward to for a long time. And then Confidential Informant and Past Lives from Lionsgate have been announced for August 15th and September 19th, respectively. And there you go. That is the news. We're up to date. So what ones stand out to you guys? Valiant, anything in that list stand out to you?
I didn't think any one thing really kind of jumped at me. I mean, I was looking at that collection of all the demon stuff, and I'm like, why am I trying to remember those? It looks really familiar. I feel like I just haven't seen any of those in ages.
Oh, they were video store classics back in the, I think they're Italian films, aren't they, Mike?
That's maybe
No.
why that's maybe I'm thinking or something like that.
No, they're US? Okay.
Yeah, they're US movies.
Okay, I'm getting them confused with the other demon movies then.
You're getting confused with the Lamberto Bava Demons films.
Yes. That's what I'm getting confused with, yes.
Which are already available in 4K from Arrow and Synapse.
That's correct, because I have those. So yeah, and only the first film will be getting a 4K master on them.
Which I'm a little disappointed in, because I actually prefer the second film out of all three of those. I think it's the best one.
Well, you should write him a letter and bitch.
Well then.
The third movie's a piece of shit, but the second movie's really good.
The third movie's already sold out with all the special stuff. So if you get it now, because it's never been on Blu-ray till now.
It's never been available on Blu-ray before. I've got the second movie. Olive put that out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that came out a while ago. Yeah.
All right, you twisted my arm. I'm excited for Barbie.
Are you really?
No.
And I meant to say Steelbook and not Standard Edition there. I don't know why.
I mean, the other thing, I scrolled back. I was like, oh, wait, I missed the first couple seconds there. The others, definitely. I think I've mentioned that before. I think we were talking about that in a previous show, but definitely the others. Cujo, I honestly haven't watched Cujo in ages, but I'm looking forward to that. I would like to see.
Yeah, and we get a bevy of extras, it looks like.
I'm really surprised they're putting out on a 100 gig disc.
Well,
be good.
I mean, Kino does pretty good work. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
Yeah, I expected a 66 gig disc on that, but 100 that should have a healthy bit rate.
And that's mostly just for the movie because there's no. I don't think there's only like a couple special features on the 4K. The rest are on the Blu-ray. Yeah,
it's just basically the audio commentaries. That's about it from what it looked like.
I think the Blob finally showed up on pre-order because I remember.
All the Shout Factory ones are on pre-order.
All
now,
those. Okay, that was part of the Shout ones. That's what I thought.
The Blob is the only one I bothered to pre-order. I absolutely love the '88 Blob. It is one of my favorite horror films of the '80s.
That was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I pre-ordered it a few days ago. That's why I was like, oh wait, I knew there was something I was forgetting.
Yeah, and what has not been publicized, I think Sony is actually providing the transfer on this disc to Shout Factory.
Probably. Nice.
So it should have a really good video presentation. But yeah, the Blob '88 was one of the very first R-rated films I got to go see at in the theater by myself without an adult present.
Nice.
Yeah, and that movie is great to watch with a crowd too. It's a really fun movie for Halloween.
I love that
Duck
movie.
Nation. I think they are prepping a 4K version of McQueen's Blob, if I'm not mistaken.
I keep hearing about that, but
I was gonna say I thought I heard something about it. Yeah,
but they
because I got
yet.
Yeah, I got the Criterion, and the Criterion that Blu-ray as is a 4K scan. So.
Oh yeah, so it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we showed the '88 Blob a few years ago at our annual Halloween horror movie all-nighter, and the crowd just went nuts over that film, which I figured they would. It was a really good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Cujo. Yeah. Of course, the one I probably was most excited to hear a little bit about, and of course, we got to take this as rumor right now. That is Mario Brothers. But Greg, I didn't really get to ask you. Was there anything that stood out to you?
Oh, this is what's driving me insane is the Halloween movies that coming in September and October. The H2O is ridiculous.
Broke.
Yeah, I'm broke.
Oh, you mean because of the
No, I'm talking about all the movies coming, not just like H2O, which I missed out on the big set, which I'm debating whether I want to get that, but I want to get the Night of the Demons. I want to get the Hellraisers. I want to get the Psycho movies, even though that was already announced. We talked about that. I want to get the Blob. I want to get Pumpkinhead. These movies, I'm just like, I don't know where I'm going to find the money or if I will be able to live after I buy these.
Well, my strategy for all the October stuff, pre-order the stuff you don't want to go without right away.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm.
Wait till the rest goes on sale. Yeah.
Well, there's not a whole lot that comes out between like mid-November and February.
Christmas time there can be sometimes. That's the thing.
Yeah,
but just kind of space those other those other discs out over the.
Yeah, I tend to have been doing that lately. Some of these discs I've been waiting for them to just go on sale, but yeah,
especially with a lot of the QC problems that some of these
unfortunately
are having this year. There's very few discs that I pre-order anymore before I write a review.
But any you're looking forward to out of that one, Mike? Oh, go ahead, Greg.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just like all these movies are insane. I don't know which ones I want to pre-order right away, which I need to get on, and which ones I want to wait a bit because it's an amazing list coming this October for movies.
Yeah, like I said, I already pre-ordered the Blob. That's probably the one I'm most up for. I will probably go ahead and pre-order the Hellraiser set from Arrow because I don't want to have the risk of that selling out.
Yeah.
Because I had a hell of a time getting the Empire Pictures box set from them, and
you should have ordered from Diabolic DVD.
Oh, I eventually got it, but it took 2 weeks after the release date to get it, and I didn't think I
got mine through Zavi or whoever it is at Arrow goes through now.
Yeah. Well, Zavi UK Zavi UK will no longer ship to the United States. Just if anybody.
Yeah, not their UK branch, but their regular branch will.
Yeah, but
which is weird because Psycho and I think Hellraiser no problem pre-ordered.
Yeah, Zavi's UK branch I ordered it. I used to order a ton of stuff from them. Now it looks like I'm not gonna be able to anyway. But Hellraiser Bloodline has never had a good Blu-ray release. It's only had real shit transfer, stuffed with 2 other movies on a disc release. So, and Hellraiser Bloodline's a little underrated, I think. So that should be a treat.
Like I said, man, like just about everything you listed there, except for Barbie, I'm pretty excited for. It's just like it's insane amount of releases coming.
We know you want Barbie.
I'm not.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
I'm never watching that movie ever.
I had to go back and start looking what I had on pre-order.
Oh,
here.
another one here, according to Coffee Lover. But
Oh yeah,
Red Dragon evidently got an October 24th release date. Sorry, Valiant, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, I was going back to see what I still had sitting in my pre-order bucket, and it's I mean, it's a lot of stuff you'd expect this time of year. I mean, Legend of Sleepy Hollow, September 6th. Hackers still slated for August 23rd. I've been having those in the cart for a while. And then I think some of the ones I just mentioned before, I was trying to go back and find. It's like in the past week, I just added, okay, the Others, Weird Science, The Blob. That's what I got right now. Those 5 sitting out there. And I got Sisu earlier this week. Showed up.
nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Sleepy Hollow. I'm gonna wait for reviews for Sleepy Hollow, and if they're decent, I'll pull the trigger right away.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. It was Kino that was doing.
And what the hell, Red Dragon? Why don't just put out Manhunter already on 4K?
I know, but I'll take Red Dragon for now. I'm not seeing Red Dragon here yet on the. Oh, here it is. It is on the site. Yep. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
I saw it.
Yep, I see it here. Yep. Just doesn't have a cover yet.
I want to
All
get
right.
Kiss the Girls too, because I actually think that's a really good movie.
I can't remember if I like Kiss the Girls or Long Came a Spider better.
Oh, nah, Kiss the Girls is way better.
I can't
than Long Came a
remember.
Spider.
It might be that one. It must be, but let's say I remember one being really good and the other one being very meh.
No,
Warrior
Long Came-
Justice.
Yeah, Long Came a Spider is the one that's me.
Warrior Justice says my wife doesn't understand why I prefer to play Mario Kart over having relations with her in Mario Kart. It is a good thing when I finish first. Oh. Yes. What is your favorite color? Mine is African. Oh. Warrior of Justice. All right. Speaking of Mario, this was a bit of news here. Or did you get to say which ones you were excited for? I think so, Mike, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to make sure. This comes from an interview, actually, from the special effects artist on Super Mario Brothers, and buried in this interview is him talking about a 4K transfer being done for the original film. And in that, he's also wondering if they'll be able to get their hands on all the deleted stuff and finish it up. So he goes, we talked about looking into storage to see if they still have the original visual effects on 35 millimeter, which will allow us to complete the scenes they didn't have the budget to finish, says Applebaum. We're hoping that with his support, we can get out a new release that may include deleted scenes. So it sounds like there's a 4K transfer in the works. I would assume it's Second Sight probably working on it. We don't know for sure. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know if he was
in the UK, I would think so.
Yeah, I don't know if he was supposed to be dropping this info or not per se, but because sometimes that's how we've learned about some of these 4K releases. Because I've also been told a lot of times these studios get pissed because they're not quite ready yet. And I've had that happen, or heard about a few stories about that happening. In some cases, it costs us some special features. In some cases, it can cost us the entire transfer being released. But I think this is a good chance, and considering I think it was Second Sight who just re-released it again here not too long ago, that they'll be doing a 4K scan of this before long, because Disney has shown absolutely no love to this movie.
Yeah, it's not even available on digital.
No.
It's bullcrap.
So I know it's one of those movies that's kind of debated, I guess, among fans. Now, Valiant, were you ever a fan of the original Mario Brothers film?
Oh yeah, I've admitted it openly before. I mean, I know. Look, was it like the best thing that ever? No, but there was some goofy frickin' charm to that movie. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but I mean, is it one that I've sat and watched a million times? No, but I mean, I always kind of have fond memories of it, and it's fun when it comes on. If I see it, I sit down and I watch it. I still like it. It's probably because it's Bob Hoskins. I mean, how do you not like him? And look, even though Johnny Leguizamo is kind of going off the rails in recent years, this guy's still a good performer. He was fun in the movie. Dennis Hopper, come on. I know it was all like real world stuff. It was nothing like the one we just got, but it still kind of had its charms.
In a ways, there's certain elements though that were a lot alike, which was kind of weird. Story beats and other things, but yeah, no. And then on that recent re-release is when they had the VHS rip of the one of the earlier cuts of the film, which is like 20 minutes longer. So
yeah.
But hey, look on the bright side. If it is Second Sight putting it out and they're not bringing it to the UK, at least you can still get the shitty non-anamorphic DVD that Disney has available.
Yeah, and I don't, as I brought up in the chat, I don't think there's any kind of rights issues as far as I know. Like as far as I know, Disney owns the movie. They're embarrassed by it.
Well, yeah, you can. I mean, they're still pressing that
Same
terrible
old
DVD.
disc.
Yeah.
It's insane. I enjoy the movie as well. I know it's not like the actual Mario Brothers game and everything, but I think Bob Hopkins is an amazing Mario. That's like perfect casting. And like Valiant said, Dennis Hopper. I mean, Dennis Hopper as Koopa. I mean, it's insane.
He was still fun.
Yeah. It was. He chewed up the scenery so much.
What's funny is the story that was told was like the directors told him to quit doing this, so he did it in every scene after that. Because he's like, Hopper. I'm a Tyrannosaurus.
You know, it worked. I mean,
he was really into the part.
It's like what's her name from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 said when she talked to him on set that it doesn't matter what he was doing, he was always into the movie, whether it was big budget movie or a low budget movie or just doing work. He threw himself into it no matter what. So
yeah, he's great in it. He's chewing the scenery up in that movie. But yeah, I hope for a decent 4K release of it to be nice. I got the pair of Blu-rays that have been released in the past, but and actually the last one doesn't look that bad. Like I don't know if it came from the negative or not, but it looks really good for a 2K scan.
Well, the Second Sight Blu-ray looks really good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Both of them look pretty good, actually. I think they're both from the same scan, but yeah. I can't remember who did the original. Was it Umbrella? I think who did the other one?
Yeah, Umbrella released it. I think there's a French release too.
Could be, yeah, because the one I have is region locked, but that one has the 5.1 mix on it, which sadly is not on the Second Sight release for some reason. And the movie was mixed in 5.1. Because it, along with Jurassic Park, were two of the first movies to have a DTS soundtrack, if I remember right. So yeah. But anyway, that's that news. The other news that was kind of disturbing in a way was Bill Hunt dropped this very long editorial over on the Bits. Now, I don't think we have enough time to really read the whole editorial as much as I'd love to. But I'm hoping to have him on at some point here in the near future, and he could probably talk a little bit about this. Oh my gosh, look at all these pop-ups here. But anyway,
thank God, none of it was porn.
Yeah, right. Part of this, actually, Entertainment Earth is one of our sponsors. I'm glad to have them up on the screen. Check out Entertainment Earth. Well, let's check out the links I send you anyway. Today's editorial is about Warner Brothers, mainly. And some of the problems they've been having lately, and you and I, Greg, talked about this a few times, and I think Valiant, you were here on the one show too, where I'd brought it up, where we kind of have a Warner problem that we're not discussing. And they've been putting out a lot of discs that are, as far as I'm concerned, very poor quality, and they've had some quality control issues and making a lot of mistakes that they shouldn't be. And for Warner Brothers, who used to be one of the best in the industry as far as scanning and restoration goes, because even some of the other studios would come to Warner Brothers, as we've been told by like Robert Meyer Burnett and a few others, when it came to doing some of the restorations. But I wonder if that's the case so much anymore. But we're also learning now that The Exorcist will not have any of the special features on the 4K.
Yeah.
They'll all be digital in the US. Now, I guess a caveat is if you get this out from the UK version will have either a Blu-ray disc with those same special features on it, I'm assuming, or what have you, or they will be on the 4K, which I doubt, because usually, as Mike has pointed out before, they usually don't do a different disc necessarily for another region. But if they have the Blu-ray that has all the special features on it, then yeah, that's one thing. Because I actually had a collector's edition that came out a few years back that had a bonus disc and stuff on it. And there's also an 81-minute version of the documentary that's on that version that has yet to see the light of day as well in release. So needless to say, this really great editorial he put up here, I'll put the link for it in the chat so you guys can read it. But Bill's just going over kind of the state of the industry, especially when it comes to Warner Brothers and some of the gripes and problems we're having lately. And I know Bill's been somebody who's always really kind of been an advocate for like the idea of, look, sometimes we just got to be happy with what we get sometimes.
Yeah.
But even I can feel his frustration in this. So I suggest you guys check that out. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys think about this with Warner Brothers. And I'm sure, as you've noticed, some of these other companies, it's been kind of hit and miss with a few, like Paramount and sometimes they'll have the special features on it. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll at least include an old Blu-ray that has the special features on it. But guys, I wonder, how do you feel about this? Mike, let's start with you.
I think it's complete bullshit. And the only reason that the UK is getting a disc with special features is because digital copies aren't really a thing outside of North America.
That's a good point too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If you'll notice, if you ever import a disc from one of the major studios, they don't offer digital copies from a British disc or whatnot.
I've gotten a few, but very rare. Yeah,
but it's not
usually
really
a brand new movie, and that's it. Yeah.
So you know damn well that if digital copies were a thing over there, they'd be doing the exact same thing in the UK.
I you know, that's one of the things is like one of the.
Oh, I think we lost Greg.
Sounded like we did.
Okay,
glad we definitely did. Okay, well, let's go to you, Valiant, and then we'll come back to Greg.
No, I agree. The observation about how digital copies are not as prevalent outside of North America, and I think that does have a lot to do with it. So it's easier for them to say, all right, here's your disc. We're going to shave off an extra few dollars of having to put a second disc in there for special features. You get a coupon, you can go watch some special features online or something. I mean, that happens with some more and more of these nowadays.
For a limited time.
Right, crap like that. So they don't actually have to physically produce another disc for that, which to part of me I understand, especially with the shrinking market for physical media. It's just another cost they can't as easily amortize over a bunch of sales like they used to. Now they have a smaller number of people willing to buy a physical media disc. So if, do we try to keep the price at $24.99 or do we start charging everybody $30 for these things? Yes, there are some collectors out there obviously willing to pay the extra few dollars for it, but I think this is just at the end of the day some kind of decision that they probably surveyed people and said, let's be honest, 5 to 10%, if that, probably watch those special features.
Oh yeah, I've gotten questionnaires from Warner Brothers before about what special features do you like and whatnot. And
there you go.
They've gotten the data that people like these special features and don't really give so much shit about other ones. So
that's it. I think that's the big part of it. They just, most people don't care. I think they kind of know that. So I think that's kind of where they're going with it.
Yeah, as far as The Exorcist, I've already got 2 copies of it on Blu-ray. I don't really care if they include the special features on the 4K disc or not. But I'm going to be pissed off when they come out with a disc that I don't already have a copy of, that I can't get the extras on disc.
Right. So. Well, yeah, but I mean, that's just it. Look, it's been a while since The Exorcist has been released on disc. Like I said, the versions I have, when they released that 4-pack, I luckily found used through a used dealer copy. It was brand new, used or whatever, of the 3-disc or whatever it was. I think it's 3 discs, digibook edition of The Exorcist. Because when they did the 4-pack of all 4 movies, they didn't include the bonus disc. Mm-hmm. So there were special features that were missing.
Right.
Now, when they did do, the weird thing is when they did Blade Runner and shaved off a few of the discs, they managed to somehow squeeze all that extra shit onto the 3 Blu-rays, if I remember right, instead of having the 2 bonus discs or something like that in there, the other 2 discs or whatever. So they shaved it down to 3 instead of 5. But I think everything still got carried over from my memory, if it correctly. But it didn't carry over to the 4K from or did it, Mike? I don't think it did. I think they only have the 2 versions on there. I don't think they have all those bonus discs.
Yeah, I don't think they do either.
Because I have the Digibook version of Blade Runner, but I never got that Deckard case version that had like 5 discs in it. But from my memory from reading a review, they managed to squeeze all that crap into 3 Blu-rays.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think because I think one of them was a straight DVD anyway, so like it wouldn't have took up much room at all. So anyhow, moving on. My point was, yeah, I don't like this conglomeration shit. And not only that, I've noticed sometimes it's like 1 or 2 features that are fucking dropped off, and it really pisses me off. RoboCop is one that makes no goddamn sense to me either. They have re-released it I don't know how many times, and not since the original Blu-ray release have they had 1 or 2 of the documentaries that are on the original discs. I have never been carried over, and it's one of the better documentaries. And it makes absolutely no sense because they were done at the same time as the other 2 documentaries that are still on there. So I don't know what's in that first documentary that's keeping it off. I don't understand, because I think it's just one of them, because I sent you guys that documentary in a digital file, in case you didn't have it, if I remember right.
Could be a rights issue, because the same company hasn't put that out.
That's what I'm saying. Like when they re-released it, they took it off too. You're right.
Because it originally when it...
Oh, no, that's not true. It is on the MGM discs. It's still on the MGM discs, but it's not on the Arrow discs for some reason. That's what it is.
It could just be a rights thing. They couldn't.
Blood and Steel is the one I think that's missing, if I remember right. Which is the actual making of the movie itself. And I believe the longest of the documentaries. Either way, I just hate this too, because it's irritating. And then I got to hang on to 2 or 3 different fucking discs because not everything is on the Blu-ray or the 4K. And it annoys me. It does. Or I'll end up getting rid of something, not realizing that there was something on it until I find out later. And I'm like, fuck.
That's why I don't get rid of anything.
I normally don't, but I don't sell it. I just give it away to friends and stuff. So luckily sometimes I can go, hey, can I get that back? Just so I can, like the Blood and Steel documentary or whatever. I happened to give that 3-pack to my kid that MGM did. So I just got the disc back and I pulled that documentary off the disc for you guys. And there was another thing on there too. I remember pulling off that wasn't on the MGM, that was on the MGM disc, but not the Arrow one.
And that goes back to my days of actually writing reviews, because Blu-ray will come out and it's like, oh, I wish I had kept a hold of the DVD so I can do comparison screenshots and stuff. So then
that's why
I got stuck.
I love the digital bits, because Bill and Tim and those guys over there will always make sure that every single release that comes out, they let you know what is missing, what has been added, what is altered as far as special features. So that's usually my go-to as far as what has been different between all these releases. So unless they don't have a review up, then yeah, like that's the best place to go for my recommendation. If you guys are curious about that in the future, like what should I keep? What shouldn't I keep? Kind of thing. Because even National Lampoon's Vacation didn't have any of the special features on it outside the commentary. All the stuff's on the Blu-ray. Of course, it's just a documentary, I think, in the trailer, but still. No, actually, I take that back. There's 2 documentaries, if I remember right. There's actually like a full-length documentary on there too, if I remember right. But is that still on the 4K? I don't think it is. I think only the commentary is. I'll have to look.
Yeah, I didn't pick up Vacation.
Picture-wise, it looks amazing compared to the old one. But we talked about this before the show. Like, I think if John Hughes was still alive, he would have fought for the original soundtrack to be restored on that. But anyway, I hope Greg's okay. He must have had some kind of internet issue. I wanted to get his piece on this, of course, but
damn kids again.
Yeah, I know. But from there, I guess we should move on. Mike, anything new this week in 4K or Blu-ray or anything that you want to share with the audience?
Oh, no, I didn't pick anything up this week. I got Guardians 3, but that's nothing real special. So, And I was talking to you before, the Ferris Bueller 4K disc actually has the John Hughes audio commentary for the first time since 1999 that's been released. So I just learned that today.
Yeah. And Keely Chow says Super Mario Brothers is the worst video game movie ever. I don't know about that. There's been some pretty bad ones. I mean, at that point, they didn't really have the lore that they had going into this one. So they had a lot more room to interpret at that time. Valiant, anything new you've picked up that you want to share with the audience?
Well, I did get Sisu earlier in the week, which I enjoyed, and
I love that Paul McCartney song. Oh wait, that's Sea Moon. Never mind.
Great movie, a lot of fun.
Did you enjoy it?
Looks great. I mean, the transfer was really, really pretty on there. I mean, there's a lot of smoke and grit, and there's a lot of like clarity push post production to get that look that they do in post, and it really comes through without being real harsh and adding a lot of dot crawl or. A lot of times you do that kind of look on a film. You get dot crawl, you get haloing on the edges and stuff like this because when they transfer it, they add extra sharpness. But I thought this actually looked pretty darn good. I really like it.
Kind of like I noticed with Rio Lobo.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
I just got it the other day and I threw in just to check it out. Man, that's another one strike against fucking Warner Brothers. Holy shit, does that look bad? It has been scrubbed, kneaded, whatever you want to fucking say, to death.
That's a shame.
Yeah. And to me, I'm like, why would you do this to something like Rio Lobo when you know that your core audience is going to want it to look like film? You're not putting this release out for a bunch of teenagers who are going to go, it's all grainy. Like that's where I see Ferris Bueller's kind of a problem. Like it looks good, but I feel like they did a really quiet balance of it just so in case kids get it, they're not all, it's grainy. Because it isn't. It's not overly grainy or it's not as naturally grainy as it probably should be, but it still looks good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we were talking about this just before you got here, Valiant, Mike and I, where I'm like, because he was like, I don't know if I'm going to get the new one or not, kind of thing. So, But I was like, I recommend it if not. But
yeah, I'm just at the point. I don't know how many of these movies I want another copy of.
And that one, they did at least carry over the special features to the 4K. You give them that credit. So you can ditch all your classic ones probably.
Yeah, because like I was telling you, I've got 2 copies on DVD. I got 2 Blu-rays of it. Is Ferris Bueller a movie that I really need to spend $20 to $30 on again?
Right. No, I hear you. That or just wait till it's on sale, brother. That's what I would do. Because I bet you the standard version, if you don't want the Steelbook, will probably be down to like $10 by the Christmas time or something. Primark Vulcan says Super Mario Brothers was the worst video game ever. Have you seen House of the Dead? A game of Russian roulette with a full cylinder is better than House of the Dead. Or actually, I'd throw in Street Fighter or I'd say Street Fighter or Double Dragon were almost worse in a lot of ways.
Oh, I gotta agree. The House of the Dead is the worst of the bunch. Yeah. Double Dragon is actually kind of goofy fun.
Well, it has some elements of the original game, but yeah. Did I say Rio Lobo? I meant Rio Bravo. I'm so sorry, Double Fett. Thank you for
that makes more sense.
Correcting me. Rio Lobo is Paramount. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, Rio Bravo. That was just released. The one with Dean Martin and what's his face?
John Wayne.
Well, John Wayne's the original star, but I'm trying to think of the third star in it. Not Ricky. Is it Ricky Nelson? No. Is it?
Ricky Martin. What?
Ricky Nelson.
Ricky Martin.
No, Livin' La Vida Loca.
Yeah, Ricky.
Livin' La Vida Rio Lobo.
Ricky Nelson is Rio Bravo.
Okay.
That is Rio Bravo. Okay, that's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Okay, so yeah, and I only watched like the first 10, 15 minutes, and it just looks scrubbed to fuck. I'm just like, oh, man. And again, I also noticed they did not carry over the special features. The only thing that's on there is the John Carpenter commentary, and the other commentary, I think there's 2 commentaries, but yeah.
Which is a really good commentary track.
Yeah, that's at least they got that, but they don't have the featurette and I think there's a documentary on the other Blu-ray.
I wish they could have gotten his audio commentary for the Thing from Another World.
Oh, that's right. He did do a commentary for the original one.
Yeah, it's available over in the UK, but over in the UK, Universal owns that film.
So it's not on that one I just got from, what is it, Cinephile or whatever? Or
oh, you're thinking Invaders from Mars.
Oh, Invaders from Mars. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different movie. Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I do have the original thing though on Blu-ray, but who put it out here? It was
Warner Archive.
Oh, that's right.
It was a Warner Archive title. But yeah, Universal owns it in the UK, and they actually had Carpenter doing audio commentary for it. It's really good.
Do you have that import or?
I have the disc, yeah.
So you should rip me the fucking audio commentary.
That'll be pretty easy because I've already ripped it.
There you go. See? If not, I know a guy who might already have it too. If not, but yeah, if you already got it ripped, excellent. Yeah, I know. That's what kind of bummed me out. Is it looked like shit. I'm just like, what the fuck did they do this for? It's DNR'd and needed and all that kind of shit to crap. But one that doesn't look like crap is the one that I brought to talk about this week, and I will bring it up later on Greg's channel as well. Speaking of Greg being gone here still. I was kind of surprised by this because I did some checking. It was shot on film, but it was a 2K interpositive, and I don't think they rescanned it, but I don't know if you guys ever seen this. I was really surprised. I'd never seen this movie before. It was not what I was expecting.
No, I'm not.
It's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's based on a graphic novel, I found out. I didn't know that. But basically it's about two bank robbers who turn out to be a DEA agent and what is it, NCIS or whatever, the naval police?
Naval, yeah.
Yeah, so like, and of course they're working together on this thing, and they end up finding out that they just robbed the CIA. It's very interesting, fun action comedy, in the typical vein of classics, like 48 Hours and what's some other ones that it reminded me of? I'm trying to think. But yeah, it has that classic, Don Simpson, Jerry Bruckheimer kind of feel to it. Hey, Greg's back. He's a boob, but he's back.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I have no idea what happened.
We don't either. None. You went goodbye.
It's I don't know. I have to fix this later.
Well, hopefully you can fix it before your show. Yeah, I was just talking about one of the titles I'm bringing up there. But as I was saying, Valiant, and I know you're going to be interested in this, is because it was shot on 35 millimeter, but they did 2K interpositive, and this is a 4K upconvert. This looked even really fucking good for being that. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, I could have swore this would have been film 4K all the way. So it looks really good.
Depends how good the original source that they had was that they got it from, I guess. And I mean, it depends on really, there's a lot of factors.
That, or I was saying, if anything, it's a testament to how good even film looks down converter to 2K.
Well, but I mean,
back up converted.
Did you do a 2K intermediate at 8-bit, 10-bit, 12-bit, 14-bit raw?
It looks good though. Like you can see the film grain, you can tell it was shot on film, and all that kind of stuff. So, but it's a 10-year-old movie, so it has a 2K interpositive basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I was impressed at how good it looked. Actually, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it was an upconvert. So, because I mean, there's no real. I don't know why they wouldn't go back to the original source and just redo it, because there's no real digital effects or anything I can tell in the movie. If there is, they're very minimal. This all seems to be pretty practical effects. Because I mean, really, there's nothing in it that really required. There's a few explosions in the movie, but that's about, you know what I mean? Like, nothing you wouldn't just do practically. A couple car chases and crashes and stuff, but like, you actually probably would enjoy it, Valiant. I thought it was pretty good. Have you ever seen Two Guns, Greg?
No, I have not. I have not seen Two Guns. I actually have the Blu-ray. Can you hear me, guys? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I had to make sure my mic was working. Yeah, I have not. I actually have had the Blu-ray for a couple years, and I've never watched it, but I've been meaning to get to it. So no, I have not seen it. But I just really good.
Well, I just picked up the Steelbook from I think it was Best Buy that had the exclusive Steelbook, or if not, that's just where you can get it everywhere. But I don't know. I just got it. Like, I'll check it out. It was better than I thought it would be.
I'm gonna have to give it a watch now because I have not seen it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Heat, but more like a bit more Miami Vice than Heat, in that sense. Because I mean, Marky Mark plays Marky Mark, and Denzel Washington plays Denzel Washington. So
works for me.
I mean, they are. They're pretty much basically the same guys they always play. You know, Denzel's the cool guy. You know, the collected, calm guy, and Marky Mark's the hot mouth, little hothead. So he's getting himself into trouble. So,
Every time.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good. I'm surprised they never did a sequel to it, to be honest with you.
What? How big was it? Was it a success? I don't
know
really
how
know.
I don't think it did too bad. Let me look.
Yeah, I've actually had it for quite some time. I've been meaning to watch it, and then I heard it was coming to 4K, so I was like, oh.
I did 131 million 10 years ago on a 75 of it in the US. Let's see what the budget was. $61 million budget. So it didn't break the bank, but it didn't do horribly.
There was a sequel to the comic book called Three Guns.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Then we lost Greg again. Just as I was about to ask him. So what did you bring this week? Because didn't I ask you already, Valiant?
Yeah, Sisu.
That was
the one.
Yeah, Sisu. That's what I thought. Yeah. You guys are throwing me off here. Well, Greg is, because he keeps disappearing.
Oh shit! I forgot. I got Swamp Thing on 4K.
Oh, you got yours? Mine's still delayed. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I forgot all about that.
How's it look? I heard it was kind of it looked pretty good.
It looks really good. Yeah, I'm still kind of.
They had the negative for that one. They didn't have the negative for the second one, though, right? Wasn't that the issue?
That I couldn't. The second one's on 4K.
Yeah, but I think they didn't have the negative for that one. So I think it's from. Yeah,
that I couldn't tell you, but this looks pretty good. I'm still kind of stymied on how they got the international cut included. Because
you were talking about that, but didn't I think Greg was talking about how they signed off on it somehow and got it.
Maybe Adrienne Barbeau did. She was because
it
was because it was in her contract specifically that could not be released in the United States. So
maybe they threw her some extra shekels and she signed off on it.
She must have signed off on it, yeah.
Here he is back. Okay. Yeah, wasn't it, Greg? Weren't you telling me that Adrienne Barbeau had signed off or something on the international cut for
something like that? I know they got it confirmed.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Oh yeah, it's on there. I confirmed that.
Over and over and over again. I got my Adrienne Barbeau doll finally in the mail from
which if you get the chance to meet her at a horror convention or not, she's a real sweetheart. You should totally hit her up.
Nice.
Well, I'll hit on her. All right. I mean, hit her up.
She's going to be at Lexington Scare Fest in October. So,
are you telling me that for a reason?
No, I'm just saying. I'm going down there.
I'm kidding. I wouldn't be going. I don't know if that's kind of far for me.
I want to get my other Swamp Thing poster autographed. I've already got my one sheet autographed. I want to get my other one autographed.
Yeah, Two Guns is a lot like a modern Tango and Cash. I can see that. Yeah. Similar.
No, here we got Horror Hound coming up in like 3 weeks.
Horror Hound.
Yeah, that's going on in Indianapolis in a few weeks. So I'm excited about that one.
Who's going to be there this year?
Well, Michael Ironside is making a rare convention appearance. But the big headliner is Robert Englund.
I was just going to say, I'd like to make a trip for Robert. When is that?
The weekend of the 18th. It starts on the 18th. So it'd be the 18th, 19th, and 20th.
God, so much going on this month. God dang it.
Because they basically have like the entire cast of Nightmare on Elm Street 4 since it's the anniversary of that.
Shit.
Pretty much that entire cast is going to be there. I don't know that I'm going to.
That's in Indianapolis?
Yeah, it's the Indianapolis show on it. Yeah.
Far is that from here?
Yeah, I am hotel booked and all set to go.
Oh yeah, that's the other problem.
As I say, I'm excited about Michael Ironside going because he does.
It's only that's only a 6-hour drive for me.
Yeah, depending on where exactly you're at. Yeah.
No, give or take, but like, yeah, it's because
it's only like 3 hours from Chicago. It's like 3 hours from Chicago.
It's just below Chicago there. Yeah. God damn. Maybe. All right. Well, anyway, that's shop talk type shit. Greg, did you bring anything new to discuss as far as stuff you got a chance to watch this week?
I did get a chance to watch So I Married an Axe Murderer on 4K.
So did I.
I thought it looked pretty decent. It wasn't too bad of a scan.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
it's
pretty good.
Sony. So
Yeah,
what do you expect?
it was fun. That was like the only
Now
4K this week.
I have to look at my old Blu-ray where this was the 30 minutes of deleted scenes. Is that on the old Blu-ray or is that new for
No,
this release?
that's
I was gonna
new
say
for
I
this
thought that
release.
was new for this release because I never saw those before. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Blu-ray was going for $30 because it was out of print, and all it had was the movie on it. So like this with the 4K, you get the 30 minutes, which
I don't think I even have it opened.
Yeah, every once in a while, Sony will sneak in some cool special features on their 4K discs.
Yeah, the 30 minutes were. I watched some of them. You could see why they were deleted, but they're pretty interesting to see, and it does
It would
like
kind of change the tone of the movie. Yeah.
yeah, and it gives away the mystery right off the bat.
Sort of ish.
I mean, like it kind of plants the head.
You know what's weird is here's the thing is I have a love-hate thing with that movie for various things, and we'll talk more about it later.
Mm-hmm.
But I swear I remember when they first started advertising that movie compared to when it came out, they advertised it as more of a horror comedy, and that's what pissed me off is when I saw the movie, I'm like, this ain't no horror comedy. It's a fucking romantic comedy.
It only becomes like horror comedy near the end.
They cut all the horror shit out.
Yeah,
That's why.
They
The
did.
only shot eventually that kind of stayed in that was in some, I swear, I don't know if the original trailers are on the disc. I'll have to look, but like, I swear maybe that's why they included the deleted scenes. Because yeah, the original trailers had a lot more of the more horrific type stuff from like the opening scene and stuff that wasn't in the movie. Like, because I'm like, I remember it being more of a horror, like they were selling it like it was a horror comedy more than a romantic comedy. I mean, the title of the movie is So I Married an Axe Murderer, for fuck's sake. But anyway, I do like the movie over time. I kind of grew on me, but I also didn't like Mike Myers' fucking character originally. He's the kind of prick I hated back then.
He does come off a little annoying in the beginning before he like.
He's the kind of dickhead I wanted to beat up when I was in college.
He's like kind of a 90s slackerish type guy.
Yes, with the beatnik bullshit. Yes, I want to beat him all right. Because you're sitting there going, what is his fucking job? And then you find out more or less from the deleted scenes that is all he does. He's a poet.
Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck does he survive on that? He's supposedly some like cool poet in this town or whatever. So clearly he gets paid from this club that he plays at or something because, yeah, it's like, how does he afford to live?
Yeah, and he drives a convertible and everything. So yeah, he must do.
Yeah, there's a whole scene where it was deleted out where he talks about being an artist and stuff like that. So clearly that's all he does, and there's more to do with his poetry stuff that's deleted too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see those deleted scenes, so I'll give them that. I mean, it would have been nice to have some interviews with at least some of the cast and
some
stuff
alternate bits too that were kind of not very alternate, but it's kind of weird. Like, because the one deal was during the day instead of at night, like it was in the movie. And then they switched up the Russian scene a little bit and stuff like that. But like,
yeah. But I mean, I had a good time with it. I had not seen that movie in probably a good 15 years, so it was a nice throwback. Funny, him as his dad is the best. Move your head, boy. It's just like it's hilarious.
Well, that's what everybody remembered from the movie, which basically in turn created Fat Bastard. That's the other problem I have with Mike Myers. I love him to death, but he repeats shit endlessly.
Yeah. I mean, like, how many more characters is he going to based on his dad? Because they're all based on his dad.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Valiant, you remember that movie? You're a big fan at all?
I hadn't watched it in forever, and then my wife actually watched it. She found it on whatever service it's on right now. She's like, oh my God, I haven't seen this movie in years. And I was like, is that How I Married an Axe Murderer? It's like she's watched it 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, I don't know how you sit through it. I just, it's got its, I think I saw it once, maybe twice, had its charm, but it's like, I think that's enough for me.
Yeah, it's not one. It's good. Sadly, it's one of Mike Myers' better films.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it since it was originally in the theater. I don't think I've ever watched it on home video.
Was it kind of one of those movies for you, the same thing, where you kind of were expecting something different from the trailers, Mike?
Yeah, pretty much. And
so didn't MTV show those endlessly too? I swear, like on the daily, you saw like 50 fucking times the trailer for "So I Married an Axe Murderer" on MTV. Yeah. Sorry, I was in college at that time. Not college, but high school at that time. You could tell what I was watching.
Weren't we all though?
Yeah. That was the age of Beavis and Butthead, so I was watching a lot of MTV then.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, I think we pulled it off. It's been almost an hour. I want to thank you guys out there in the chat. We got a few super chats here before we go, or I think we got most of them anyway. Yeah, we did get most of them except for this one from What's Your First Thought, who sent us a super sticker. Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate it, guys. And you guys out there watching, hit that like button. Let YouTube know you like the show. I mean, we're only one of the most popular home video shows on the YouTubes. So let them know that you're alive and you're here and you're watching us. We appreciate it. We don't give you no bullshit. We don't have any sponsorship deals with nobody. They don't send us no free shit. So we pay for our stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to get the nitty gritty. We ain't going to lie.
Yep.
I'd take some free shit.
But that being said, I would take some free shit.
Yeah, me too. I'm all for that.
I ain't saying I wouldn't be honest about it, but
yeah, I mean, if I get free stuff, if it sucks, I'm gonna say it sucks, but I'll take your free shit.
Yeah.
Please send free shit to
I've actually reached out to try and get screener copies. It's not as easy as you think. I haven't heard shit back from nobody.
Used to be a lot easier.
Yeah, it seems to be than it used to be. But yeah, like, believe it or not, even in all the outside of the few people that have reached out to us, which were like really extremely obscure independent features, Sound of Freedom was one of the easiest ones I ever had getting a hold of somebody and getting a screener. Otherwise, yeah, it was either couldn't in most cases, or like with the Bill and Ted thing, I just happened to be talking to the director at the time and he put me in touch with the publicist people.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that being said, Mike, you got anything coming up or anything you want to plug?
Oh, not really. So I'll see you guys around.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. And we always appreciate your input. Valiant, anything you got going on? A video or anything dropping?
Videos coming out tomorrow on some of the stuff with the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, the former Reedy Creek, some things that they've been making some changes to there. And man, are they auditing the books and finding all kind of funny stuff. So stay tuned for that. And then in the morning, the earnings call, as a matter of fact, for Warner Brothers. Be covering that live. 8 a.m. Eastern.
All right. And Greg, I'll see you later, right?
Yes. Tonight at 9:30 on the Physical Media Show on my channel. We will be back tonight after a hiccup last week. Hopefully no more cutting out of why we're doing it like I did here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, so bless you. And I did release a video today, so check that out.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's about it.
All right. So with that, guys, I'll see you guys later on Greg's show, and I might pop over to Doomcock for a bit because I guess they want to hear what I thought about Ninja Turtles, so you might see me hop in there. So take care of yourselves and each other. And remember to check out Flip City Magazine. They're awesome. 100%.